Hey guys, so it has been a very long time since I have made a video, and there is a lot that has happened. So let's go ahead and dive in, and this will probably be a three-part series, is what I'm guessing. There's just a lot that has happened within the last, I think, 6 months or so. So basically, the last time that I had made a video, I was moving back from Miami to my hometown. And yeah, so let's start there. We moved back about almost a year ago now, and so much has happened within the past 7 months that it's kind of hard to dive into. I don't really know where to start. Basically, we had moved back from Miami and we moved into my mother's house because we didn't have anywhere else to live. And we anticipated only living there for a couple months, but that couple months turned into 5 months, I guess. We just couldn't find the right place that we wanted to move into, and we had decided that we were going to buy a house instead of renting a home. So the process took a little bit longer. We looked at a lot of places, and we finally found somewhere in December. And well, we went ahead and bought it, and it's all fine and dandy, but the house actually had a lot of issues, and my state does not require you to do any kind of inspection before you buy a house. We didn't really know what we were doing, to be completely honest, and after buying the house, we had decided that we were going to kind of do a little bit of remodeling. Like, we were going to rip up the carpet, put down new floor, paint everything, kind of just get the house to the way that we wanted it before we moved in. And we found out that we had a lot of problems. We had a lot of pests in the house that we discovered. Termites was one of them. We had mice and some other bugs that were a nightmare. So we had paid to take care of all of that, and we actually didn't move in until everything was taken care of. Obviously, that process took 3 months. So we had bought a house and hadn't moved into it for 3 months. And it was a very grueling process because we were paying the electricity and all the bills at our new house, and we couldn't live in it yet. In the meantime, Veda has been growing up so much. She had her first birthday back in November, and she's loving life. She is 26 pounds and 32 inches tall. She's my big girl, and she's obviously walking and running and playing and talking, and she's a toddler now. But since we had moved back in, I think we moved back in August, I want to say. Since we moved back up here, the weather is a lot colder, especially with winter was coming, and we were sick about every 2 weeks. Veda had RSV. She had a couple colds here and there. She's had 2 double ear infections. And I was getting everything that she was getting. So when she was sick, I was sick. And it was miserable because my husband had to take off work to take care of her so I could take care of myself. So Veda has been sick for the last 2 weeks. It started off as a double ear infection, which turned into what we thought was an allergic reaction to amoxicillin. That's still my bet. We'll get into that later. And she's just now getting over it. It was basically, she broke out in hives, a rash all over her body, head to toe, for about 4 or 5 days. We still have a little bit of the rash on our feet, and For the last 3 nights, she has not slept or went to bed until 6 o'clock in the morning. So things have been really, really rough lately. But we are managing to go through, and we're just managing at this point. But basically, everything that we have tried to do for the last 6-7 months has been very difficult. From moving back home, to finding a place to live, to renovating our house, to actually moving in. Everything has kind of been like a step in the wrong direction, almost, is what it has felt like. And it has put a lot of emotional strain on me. And I've had a bless you, bless you. I've had numerous mental breakdowns, to be completely honest. Now, my mental health is not something that I have not talked about before. I have a couple of videos on it, and that's something that I would like to start talking about more, actually, because it is a huge part of my life, and I know that I'm not alone, and I feel that sharing my experiences can actually help people. So, moving on from that, basically, when we moved into this house and we discovered that we had all of these bugs, and after they were taken care of, we went and put new floor down, and we figured out that the floor was uneven in some parts, so we had to level the floor, and there are still some parts that are actually slightly uneven. This house is over 300 square feet. It's a very, very, very large house, but it's old. So while the structure is good, like the foundation we did have checked out before we bought it, everything is sound. It's just, you can still tell that it's just a very old home. And maybe a couple videos from now I'll actually do a house tour so you guys can see it. But we moved in probably about a week ago. So things have been, what? Things have been chaotic. We're still kind of getting settled in. Yeah, we're still getting settled in. Yeah, but we also, about 3 days, no, not even that, probably like the first night we moved in, we had noticed that we weren't ready to move our bed upstairs, so we were sleeping in the front room. And we had noticed that like our heat was not kicking up. Like we'd have it set to like 72, and it wouldn't get past 63 degrees in this house. And even though that seems like okay-ish, because this house is so large, it was freezing in this house, and that was right around the time that we had both gotten sick. So with fevers and chills and everything, it was miserable. So we actually moved back in with my mom a couple days after we moved out. I hear you, baby. And what? Do you want to say hi? You want to say hello? Okay, well, we're gonna have to pause. Here. Say hello. Say hello. You're not gonna say anything? You're just gonna stare at yourself? Fine. Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye. Stop. Bye-bye. 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 Yeah, tell him. Bye-bye. 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 No? So anyway, basically, yeah. Shut up. Basically, I can't even remember what I was saying. Life has just been really chaotic, and oh yeah, our heat wasn't working, and we had to call somebody to come and see what was wrong with it, and that was just like another expense. We had already invested almost $10,000 in the house, and basically they came and checked, and like some part was like really dirty, and it was so dirty it wasn't heating properly, so they came and cleaned it and fixed it. So that was awesome, I guess, that it wasn't something that was severely wrong with the house. But there's been a lot of other little things that have been going wrong. We bought new appliances. Well, we bought used appliances, but they were new to us. And the appliances, the washer and dryer that we had bought, the washer leaked. We went and returned it because it was like a local guy who like bought used things and fixed them, I guess. We went and returned it, and then the one he gave us leaked again in the same way, so we got our money back for the washer, and then we bought another washer from a different guy who did the same thing, and it leaked, and we figured out what part was leaking, so we bought the part and we fixed it, and it fixed the leak. But then when I actually went to open it up and put stuff in it, it like kind of smelled a little funky. It was a front loader, and I was like, okay, so I was gonna clean it. Well, it turns out there was severe mold inside the rubber ring, so I took the washer apart, took the rubber ring out, soaked it in bleach, tried cleaning it because it was a $150 part to fix that. And this was a $300 washer that we had bought, so I was really wanting to fix it. Well, basically, I couldn't get the mold out, so I wanted my money back, and we argued with the guy, and he basically only gave just $200 back and told us to keep the washer. So now we have a broken washer, so I have to go to my mom's to do laundry, and we have $200, which isn't going to buy us a new washer. So I don't know what we're doing right now. So we have had bad luck after bad luck after bad luck since Miami. It's just been pretty much just hell here. Between being sick in the house and appliances not working and the cold and literally everything else. It's just been a roller coaster of chaos, essentially. So I think that is probably enough for my first introductory video back to you guys. I do plan on making videos at least once a week again. So we'll dive more into what's been going on in my life for the last 7 months, I guess. But I will be doing videos weekly now that we're settled into our house. I am also in school, so that is also part of the story I will tell you, but that is also going to take up some of my time. But I'm going to start scheduling like weekly videos depending on the day. I do want to have don't touch me with your spaghetti-o hands. I am going to have a mental health Monday where we chat about mental health and I share my story with you guys. I would like to also have a video just talking about fun stuff in my life and the stuff that, I kind of chat about now, just updates on my life and how things are going. And I want to dive into a couple different areas, if you guys noticed, I do my hair about every 2 weeks. It's consistently a different color. It was just red 2 weeks ago, and then last week it was green, and now it's blonde. So I want to do some fun videos like that, and I also plan on discussing trying for baby number 2. So we will dive into that. We will dive into that shortly. But for now, thank you guys so much for hanging in there and bearing with me on this crazy emotional roller coaster that has been my life. Say bye. Say bye. Are you done? Hey, are you done eating? Bye.